Hello, my name is Joshua Larsen, and I am going to be talking to you about inventions over the last 30 years that have changed the way we live our lives today. Here's a quote from Steve Jobs that I thought was interesting. I think death is the most wonderful invention of life. It purges the system of these old models that are obsolete. My first thought when reading this quote was that the human race was constantly evolving. This is true, and what is even more interesting is that it continues to evolve at a faster rate. Here's a timeline that I created to show the inventions I'm going to talk about in this presentation. I'm going to go into detail on the World Wide Web, broadband internet, the first smartphone, Netflix, and Google search. All of these are inventions that have changed the way we live our lives today. In March of 1989, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist working at CERN, a large particle physics laboratory near Geneva, Switzerland, proposed to his boss the idea of sharing information across the internet from computer to computer. He laid out his vision in a document called Information Management, a Proposal, which his boss did not immediately accept. It was not until September of 1990 when he got the okay to work on the project. It took him until October of 1990 to create HTML, URL, and HTTP. What is HTML, URL, and HTTP for the people that don't know? Hypertext Markup Language, HTML, is the markup formatting language for the web. Uniform Resource Identifier, which is commonly referred to as a URL, is a kind of address that is unique and used to identify each resource on the web. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, allows for the retrieval of linked resources from across the web. These three fundamental technologies remain the foundation of the web today. Dr. Richard D. Gitlin patented broadband internet in 1990, and in 1995 the restrictions to commercial use of the internet were lifted, which led to the number of users to rapidly grow. There were around 16 million people connected to the internet in 1995, 300 million in 2000, and more than a billion in 2005. There are almost 5 billion people today actively using the internet. That is almost 60% of the world population. It goes to show that by lifting the restrictions to the internet has made a significant impact on how many users utilize the web every single day. And it has changed day in and day out. Every single day it gets more and more. IBM invented the first smartphone named Simon and unveiled it at the 1992 Fall Comdex convention in Las Vegas. It wasn't available to purchase by consumers until August of 1994. Here is a brief segment of the Computer Chronicles TV show in 1995 where they led the episode Year of the Portable with Simon.
I'm in the lobby of the Marriott Hotel in San Francisco waiting to meet someone, and they're late, and I've got work to do, and I can't find AC or a phone line, but no problem. I am totally computer functional thanks to this Simon PDA from Bell South and IBM. It's a really interesting PDA built around this cellular phone. So with it, I can get a page, I can check my email, I can send or receive faxes, I can make a phone call, of course, and I can use it like a normal PDA. I can check my calendar, I can look up a phone number, even scratch a note to myself on this touch-sensitive screen, and it has a PCMCIA expansion slot here so I can add memory or peripherals. This is just one example of the really cool new mobile computing gadgets that are out there now. Today we'll show you the newest and the neatest portable computing devices on this edition of the Computer Chronicles.
As you can see, Simon had many of the same attributes our smartphones have today. Those attributes include touchscreen, email, fax, notes, calendar, apps, and other widgets. You could say that Simon was ahead of its time and created a great launching pad for others to innovate. Mark Randolph and Reed Hastings founded Netflix in August of 1997. Netflix started as a movie rental service in Scotts Valley, California, where users would order movies on their website and receive those DVDs in the mail. They launched this concept in April of 1998 with just under 1,000 titles and only a few staff members. At first, the rentals cost around $4 each, with $2 for postage. It wasn't until 1999 when they incorporated their subscription service that offered unlimited DVD rentals for one low monthly price. In 2007, the company introduced a video streaming service which allowed members to instantly watch television shows and movies on their personal computers. This was the ultimate demise of Blockbuster and any other video rental store, brick and mortar store, and the disruption of the television industry that forced cable companies to change the way they do business. Larry Page and Sergey Brin developed Google out of their dorm rooms at Stanford University using cheap, used, and borrowed personal computers. The search engine was named after a Google, which is a name for the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. They found it in the book Mathematics and the Imagination by Edward Kasner and James Newman. The name represents the immense amount of information that a search engine has to sift through. The co-founder of Sun Microsystems, Andy Bechtolshin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, was the first initial investor. He wrote Page and Brin a check for $100,000, which enabled them to incorporate on September 4th, 1998. Shortly after, they raised an additional $900,000 and were able to open their first office in Menlo Park, California. They launched and answered 10,000 search queries on the web in a single day. And now they are the most used search engine on the World Wide Web. All of these inventions have had some impact on the way we live our lives today. The World Wide Web and broadband internet has changed the way we shop, communicate, do business, and many more things that I could elaborate on. The first smartphone paved the way for innovators to create such a small handheld computer that can produce the same computing factors as a home computer and eliminate the use of landlines. Netflix has changed the entire movie industry and has eliminated the use of DVDs, which made it more convenient to watch any movie or TV show from the comfort of your home whenever you would like to. And Google has made it easy to find what you are looking for at any given time on the World Wide Web. And if it wasn't for these inventions, we wouldn't be where we are today technologically. So keep that in mind. There are many, many more out there that I didn't list. I could have gone on with Facebook and the way they changed the world, and YouTube has impacted the way we live our lives as well. So that's it. Thank you for your time.